Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Thank you for coming back. Obviously, it's the first video I posted in a while, so bear with me. But I've just been busy doing school and obviously holidays and stuff. But we're back into it. We're getting ready to hit the grindstone. Gonna start trying to post some more content and do some more just stuff that I want to do. And I felt that jumping back in was with this particular story was a good way because it boiled my blood. Negroes say, and hopefully you'll understand why. Imagine if you're watching this, you probably are a like-minded individual. So without delay, let's hop right into it. We have this story from the Post-Millennial. Video shows mom and child being kicked out of restaurant over New York vaccine mandate. Just in the headline, it should piss you off because vaccine mandates should not be a thing. That's authoritarian garbage that does not belong in our society. Show me your papers is not a term I will ever want to hear spoken to anyone in the world again, particularly because of what it is associated with, right? Yes, I know. God forbid we talk about the wonderful Nazis and the great things they did for society, by killing all those Jews. But this is the kind of shit they did. So if you're okay with it, you're probably a leftist, and maybe you need to go punch yourself in the face then. How about that one? But let's keep on reading. Recent video showed officers removing a mother and a child from a New York restaurant because they were unable to provide proof of COVID-19 vaccination. COVID-19 vaccination. The video, which was posted across social media, begins by showing a New York City Police Department officer walking up to a table and telling a young child's mother that if he doesn't have a COVID-19 vaccination card, he must leave. A person behind the camera can be heard criticizing the NYPD officer, saying, scaring a child, traumatizing a child, hope you feel good about yourself, NYPD. Yeah, thank you, random citizen. But yeah, he's right. This is just why are we doing this, right? This is just so one, we can't even verify that they're unvaccinated, so we're not going to get into that. But they don't have a card with them. It's a flimsy piece of paper. Mine is my cat fucking tore off half the corner of it, or a big chunk of the corner, just by gnawing on it a little bit. So I can see why people don't want to carry this around. Also, you shouldn't have to. This show me your papers is not, like I said, is not something we should ever hear muttered in our society. But thank you, So, let's watch the video and see what it's bad. Oh, I already don't even want to look at the face. Look at the face. Like, that's just traumatizing.
She just paper saying that she can't serve. Otherwise, if you're not going to pay for it, you have the card. I know, but you don't have it, then you're going to have to leave.
Immediately, this kid looks disturbed. He looks distressed. He just wanted to get him some baby back ribs. Oh wait, that's Chili's. I think because this happened in Applebee's. Sorry, wrong one. But let's keep watching.
And if not,
wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm assuming there's 6. Well, no wonder he's disturbed. He's surrounded by 6 police officers. Holy shit. Like, that's going to make everyone uncomfortable. And we're doing this to a child and his family at a restaurant. And yes, I get it. There's a protest going on. But does it really take 6 people to clear one table? I feel like their time could be better spent doing something else, somewhere else. Maybe handling the other people in the back. But no, we're all going to surround this kid and his family who are sitting.
You came in with jacket?
Wow. Scaring a child, traumatizing a child.
Oh yeah.
Hope you feel good about yourself, NYPD.
There are a butt ton of officers in there, huh? Like I think I counted 6 or 7 at least, all for this one table. I imagine there's more in the background dealing with other things. How does anyone support this, right? If you're on the left, the U is police overreach, right? Like, this is clearly excessive use of force or show of force, which you can't back if you're leftist, right? Because defund the police, all that crap. But if you're a libertarian like me, this is just straight up authoritarianism. Like, this is like the brown shirts. Sure, we all heard of those, right? I hope so. Like this, and if you're a Republican, like, it's basically the same thing, right? This is just blatant authoritarianism. It's ridiculous. So how did this come to pass? How? Like, and I don't understand. Does it get worse? Does it get better?
This is disgusting. This is gross.
You guys failed us last night. You failed us last night.
That fucking child is just...
You all failed us. We're here for you and your kids.
He's scared.
Disgraceful.
You failed.
This poor
You
kid...
failed yourself, NYPD. You failed yourself. Is this what you signed up for?
Yeah, serve and protect. Yeah, what
Is
are
this
we
what
protecting
justice
those
looks
people
like for you? Is this what you dreamed of when you wanted to be a cop?
from? Ooh, she's going in. Get it, lady, get it. Tell him what's up. Yeah, I'd turn my back to her, too. I'd turn my back to everything. God.
Listen to mommy strong. You got vaccines so you can come in. You're killing yourselves to live. You're killing yourselves to live. Look at that.
Is it just these two are getting kicked out? Or is it like... Well, one, it shouldn't happen to anyone. I don't care. But the more people, it just makes it worse, right? Because I'm assuming they're not part of this protest. They don't seem to be, like, who brings their kid to a freaking protest? No one, right? And he's scared crapless. I don't.
Alright, so unless you have vaccination cards, alright, you have to exit the restaurant, alright? If you leave voluntarily, alright, you will not be there will not charges pressed against you. Otherwise, you will be arrested for trespass. Alright? This will be your only warning, please.
Arrested for trespassing.
Yeah, a child crying is funny, right, for you?
And we're gonna laugh? This is ridiculous. He's probably, to be fair, whoever's laughing is probably not laughing at the child. They're laughing at the situation and like how ridiculous this is. But still, like, why are we enforcing these policies? And before you say, well, they have to. They don't have to. There are laws on the books from freaking decades ago that they're still technically laws, but they're never enforced. So they're basically ineffective, right? Hell, and just because it's a law doesn't make it right. Or is it a law? I don't even know what this is. Is it a law? Because I don't remember hearing about it. I remember hearing about the governor of New York, Bill de Blasio, signing a piece of paper, executive orders, which I think are garbage on all levels, because that defeats the purpose of the system, right? The executive branch is not supposed to dictate laws. They're supposed to enforce laws. Which it undermines, in my mind, the three-party system, or not three-party system, but the three branches of government. You have your executive, your legislative, and your judicial. They're all serve a purpose, and when you have your executive branch legislating, it fucks the whole system up. So I don't know if he signed it into law or if he simply said it was, but regardless, if you don't enforce it, it's ineffective. And this is not something we should be enforcing. We should not be enforcing vaccine mandates. I don't care that we're kicking them out. I care that we're kicking them out because of this garbage vaccine mandates. That's authoritarianism. Now, if they're, and the weird thing is, we want to arrest people. We're going to arrest people for trespassing. Where was all that when this freaking New York was burning? Oh, that's right. We're not going to enforce those laws, or looting, or rioting, or any of that crap. We're gonna persecute this family in this restaurant. I can't imagine the replies to this are going to be too great. So let's go take a look, though. Let's go take a look. They will get bashed either way. You're right. But they will get less bashed if they don't remove the family. Also, will they get bashed if they don't? Like, who's going to bash them? This shouldn't be on the cops to enforce. This should be on the restaurants. If you want to cow down and pray at the altar of leftism, or Bill de Blasio, or whatever you want to call this crap, then that should be you. And guess what? Patrons, sorry, not patrons, patrons will stop coming to your establishment. The people that support you will continue to come and support your ideology. You basically create a little echo chamber, and you can feed your little friends, and everyone else is going to tell you to F off. I have questions like, why are there 9 cops for 1 kid? There's more to this story, but PM never gives context. Yes. I like you said, there was a protest, or like the article stated, there was a protest going on, but 9 cops, or however many there were, more than 2 was ridiculous. Like, I get working in Paris, and I understand, yes, it's a situation that is volatile because there's a lot of angry people because of this dumbass policy. But it doesn't take 9 or however many there were to remove a family from a table. And like I said, if we're going to take this policy up, it should not be on the police to enforce. It should be on the restaurants, so they can pray at the altar of the crap they want to follow. Yes, I will blame NYPD. Thank you. They're enforcing this, right? Like I stated, if they don't enforce the law, it's basically mute. That's the whole purpose of the executive branch, is to enforce law. That's what these police departments and law enforcement officers fall under, right? So if they don't enforce law, then it's basically worthless. It's like if we all didn't pay taxes, they can't they're not gonna jail us all. They won't have any freaking money to do it. So but when you don't pay taxes, the IRS comes knocking your door, and that's branch of the executive. That's part of the executive branch of government, right? So if they don't have the power to enforce it, or if they refuse to enforce it, the law is basically ineffective and it's mute. So yes, this is on the NYPD because they chose to enforce this garbage law. Okay, Marty. So the vaccine mandate is a joke, but people who think they can just ignore it with the establishment faces possible fines are just as bad. I blame the mother for knowingly putting the child in the spot much more than the cops who were dispatched there and doing their jobs. Yes, the vaccine mandate is a joke, but people think they can just ignore it while the establishment faces possible fines are just as bad. So, which is it? Either the mandate's bad or ignoring it's bad. You can't have it both ways, right? Because you stated that the vaccine is bad, the vaccine mandate's bad, but to not follow it is bad. So, which is it? And you know what? I see your point. I blame Mother for knowing putting the kid in the spot much more than the cops. But when she entered that restaurant, there might have not been an issue, and then they made it an issue, and that so it probably honestly like I said, I don't know the full story. Maybe she went in there with all intents. I don't think she drug her little child to a protest to make a scene and go viral. So I have to disagree with you, Marty. Respectfully, there's a mandate, people, like it or not, either follow it or leave. Oh, I know all I need to know about you, New York Raw. Oh, it just goes on and on. Y'all waking me up. That's so. It's most of the Twitter replies here are against this, which is good. But the fact that it happened is ridiculous. The fact that this is being allowed in America or anywhere in the world is ridiculous. But what's this? Those people who don't know history often repeat it, and that's kind of what we're looking at, right? And we can't sit here and other people. It gets worse all the time, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of this trash. Why can't we just let people live and let live, right? If you want the frickin' vaccine, get the frickin' vaccine. If you don't want it, don't care. Don't talk about it. I don't need to know anything about your vaccination status. But mandating it is it's pure authoritarianism. And if you support that, we can't be friends. I'm sorry. That's the nicest way I can put it. Because trying to be more cordial, clean up my mouth a little bit for this. But yeah, so that's it. We're done. There's no more of this crap. Like, we can't allow this to continue on, and more people need to stand up and say this is wrong, like those protesters, particularly like the lady filming the video. Thank you, random citizen. I'll say it again. In this instance, you were doing a fantastic job. You were calling out authoritarian enforcers, which is great. And you also put it on video. So thank you for being there. Thank you for showing the world the kind of garbage that's going on in New York. But with that, I'm going to say thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. And more content will be coming your way. Other than that, y'all have a wonderful day.